10 seconds remaining.
This way, they can kind of keep LGD guessing a little bit here, showing already that bit of flexibility with the late Morphling pickup. You know, they could keep LGD up against the ropes a bit here. Third ban is going to be an Oracle move from the game, so I'm not sure if they're just targeting any strong defensive support, or if maybe there's something about Oracle in particular they're taking out of the game.
It's just a, yeah, I was going to say the ban was banned. It's just a possible bad pickup for them as well. With the bad silencer combo, able to kind of play more of a tempo style. I think maybe they want to. They haven't really had that kind of draft in these games. It feels like where they get one pick off at a time and kind of play methodically. I think maybe they feel that LFY plays that style a bit better than them, or a bit more consistent right now. They don't want to play that kind of DOTA against them, so the silencer pick obviously enables a lot of these kind of combos, whether it's a Legion Commander, whether it's a Bat Rider, where they can just play one cooldown at a time and keep getting pick-offs stress from there.
Maybe just, you know, maybe Void again. They keep going back to that. And I think, last time that's right, they had no access to that this time, but we'll see if they try to pair it together with any other big battleties, let's say. Other big threats, though, because we don't really get a lot from, you know, the picks as they are. We're just trying to read into more of the ban at this point. That's a peculiar one. Ban onto Razor, fearing the safe lane Razor, a lane dominator. Just find that a bit intriguing.
Even in the mid-range against the DK, you know you're always going to be able to stack up a lot of damage against a hero like DK. You don't die fast, it's kind of like a hero that plays to have a long drawn-out team fight, and that's what Razor wants, that's what Razor can really have punish.
That's even more something like Legion Commander, I think, because Razor traditionally, a hero used to lane against him, and like does extremely well in the game, so that might be why the ban is there. Like, even last game, their third and fourth bans really hinted at the pick was going to be coming out of that second ban phase.
5 seconds
There
remaining.
goes the base Void. Now we go back to LGD gaming side. Favoring the 11 pickup by this point. Again, Shakers and King options have been kind of passed on many times now, but here we go, another new face to our grand final. Mr. Ursa comes out as the third pick.
I feel like LG decided to flip the tables. They're like, there was this slow building metagame of this grand finals from game 1 through 4 where it's like, okay, you ban that, we'll pick this, so and so. LG's like, ah, screw it, let's just play a new game. Let's pick some completely different things. The Ursa, the Silencer. They know what LFY is going to pick and play because they have, at least so far in this draft, they've kind of stuck to their script, so they've decided rather than just do their small little tweaks in their draft, they're just going to do something completely new that they feel is going to match up and counter what LFY have going for themselves. It's going to even be an Ursa played in the mid lane for maybe if they want that Ursa versus DK matchup. I think a melee hero for the Ursa is definitely quite favorable.
Do we see LFY as a team that can kind of pull up a game changer here? I don't know, like those options like Timbersaw haven't been seen in such a long time, but if Ursa's kind of hitting the table once again, I don't know if they want to try to also go reaching through the draft, but for now we'll settle on what looks like their little DDC pickup, a team fighter and a healer in your Warlock pickup. Fatal Bonds plus Earth Spirit Magnetize and Rock is pretty damn good.
Well, GD say you go team fight, we go team fight. Definitely one way to maybe deal with an Ursa is just create a lineup that he can't really fight into because of heavy team fight, but LGD secures some of their own Tide for 11 here in the Game 5 decider. We've seen a recurring theme where 11 has been playing some of the maybe greedier, more farm-intensive offlaners. No different here with the Tide. The hero that wants to get up to a point where he offers some good utility items, the Greaves, the Pipe, Blink Daggers, Refreshers, whatever it may be for the team, and does gear up well for that late game state as well.
He's good.
There's a Veno here. I wonder that if they're considering him up against the Tide, against an annoyance for the Ursa. Doesn't really care too much about global. But I'm not sure if this good synergy with the Fatal Bonds as well, and then obviously is able to, again, doesn't care too much about the Tide, is able to pressure and push that lane pretty consistently.
LGD's
Will that be
turn to ban.
off lane for Inflame or safe lane, do you think?
I think they might wait to see the last. They might wait and
It's like LGD thinking maybe an offlane because they banned the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, because if it goes offlane, like against the Ursa, it's a bit of a painful matchup, right? So
the question is still where the Ursa is going. And the nice thing for LGD is they get the final pick of the draft, so they can decide based on what LGD for every young pick, whether they want to run the Ursa mid against the DK or just put him safe lane and grab a different mid laner that they really feel suits the draft better. A lot of flexibility there. It looks like LFY do think it may be a mid Ursa because they target the Sven with their last ban.
LGD gave themselves a minute of reserve time to kind of figure it out and make the adjustment, and Zeus comes out as your 5th pickup.
The in-flame classic.
Off-lane Zeus, always under a very curious eye, and then the anti-mage.
Oh, that's dirty. That is such a good hero versus Zeus. It comes down to the question of how fast can LFY push end this game, because they do not have damage to kill an anti-mage this game very well. They have limited lockdown. The DK's done not bad, but ultimately this is a game where if they don't take control, push all the towers early on, AM could just single-handedly win this game.
And LGD has opted seemingly for like the better late game in just about in most of these drafts, the last few games at least, where it's like the pressure has been on LFY to establish map control and stop them from getting their items up, and I see that happening again this game. But so the anti-mage versus well, it's not going to be against Bristleback, but obviously like the Zeus is not going to have a good time. If he does fight the Bristleback or not, able to burn his mana, not worried about as many quills. And then obviously they don't have that much lockdown for him either. So as you mentioned, it feels like there's a bit of a timer on them to get that push together with the Bristle.
Well, here we go. The last tower showdown
And
of MDL.
And it has been GD the whole time, winning the tower fight. So
What do you know? It hasn't changed.
5-0.
Yeah, that's 5-0 on that one.
Yeah, they're 5-0
I
on
thought
the
it was
tower
going to
fight.
change on that one, you know, but it came up. It was still LGD favorite. Who would have guessed?
Savage, ranked.
All right, you guys done? Okay, let's get into it now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Okay, maybe.
No, hold on.
One more chat wheel warm up. Here we go. This one takes the cake. Final game of your grand final DL here. Getting into action, super curious how the laning setup will end up being here. You have your Earth Spirit, who will try to look around for those kind of early game setups that as we've seen Afu do. But as you step away from the safe lane, you might give easier time for 11 on that matchup, and also, you know, you got to consider the AM matchup on the bottom lane. I don't know. Seems like it's going to be a difficult start for LFY.
Yep. One of them could be the similar to the last game. You want to try to deal with this Zeus and also see hard carry farming, trying to want free farming as well. Silencer, while he's good at zoning, doesn't have a reliable disable or anything. He doesn't really have kill potential like a Silencer or Emily. Sounds very weak. No stun, no real good slow, no kill potential. But with Hunker, I think we'll see Hunker block the mid lane, then head bottom. Also protects them from the Earth Spirit as lastly they've been helping out and trying to contest against farm.
What's interesting also is, after seeing that Earth Spirit pick, I feel like LGD's core picks this game have kind of minimalized the impact of the Earth Spirit. It just feels like these are 3 cores that are very difficult for him to roam on and secure kills with. So that's an interesting, different direction that they've taken in this draft.
That's where you get to see a real Earth Spirit specialist, finding openings where it feels like there's not going to be too much action in the early game.
What's he doing here? Maybe dragging, not the first creep wave, but aiming for the second creep wave to drag off.
Uh-oh. Been spotted. Almost got blocked within those trees. He does have the roll, though. Just has to make sure it doesn't get blocked by Victoria. He got blocked by Victoria. So now the Rucks are going to keep coming, and he doesn't have another roll. He just gets slowly walked down in chunks, little by little bit. More than just but he gets hit with the Torment.
First blood.
That is
And
your
here
first
come the
blood.
sharks.
Yikes. The boots from Victoria, I think Earth Spirit thought that roll was going to go off, but just that tiny bit of extra movement speed gave him enough to get in front and block it. That is really bad for this laning stage to start off in that fashion for LFY. They're a team that needs to do well in the early game and then start pushing towers, taking objectives, pressuring LGD's lineup.
You'd be surprised. It's as long as you can hug the body of the Earth Spirit, you can get that block on that rock. You don't necessarily have to be right in front of them either. As the rock animation starts, you have that few moments to just step in, as we saw there, just shut him down. Now back towards this bottom lane. Afu makes his return, already being zoned back by Victoria as they try to pincer in onto Inflame. They hit him up with the curse. Torrent finds its man. And then with a jump in from Ame, they will look to get the finish before he can even TP out.
Oh, and the walk, that means walk of shame back to the lane.
Such a terrible, terrible feeling.
Rather just die without that TP being wasted. Free farm anti-mage. That is going to be the story of this game. The rotations towards bottom don't really come until like DK, maybe it's like level, I mean theoretically level 6, but I imagine we will see a rotation around level 7 to 8 just to pressure the AM's tower. While you probably can't kill the AM, you want to just go down there to force him to move out of the lane. Mid lane career snipe.
Yeah.
Afu, gosh, LGD just reading every little movement.
I think he's going to have to make a serious mistake for them to win for the most part of the early game. And then, additionally, like, obviously once Downfear is able to push out waves, that creates the potential for Ursa to be able to take the Roshan and pick up solo kills. So, again, like, kind of a very clear game.
Oh, he's looking for the courier. It's not there, Afu. I'm sorry, my friend.
Oh, he's still looking.
He did loop around after he missed the roll through mid. It looped all the way around the east side.
Yep.
So he will not.
He'll be watching the replay on that one for sure, wondering where it's
A lane super.
Hard hit under the tower. Right clicks are coming. Nice TP back from Afu though to roll in, but I don't think he can block enough.
The Cleave though finishes off the kill. And Afu's gonna die as well. Looks like the illusion's taking all the tower hits.
One more slash. Got it right there. Maybe picks it up.
The time down to the Zeus looks like he got kicked.
Up in top lane.
It's a roaming Zeus. This is not a good thing to see. May find a second kill though. The results of the roaming Zeus aren't too shabby, even though it's not why you pick the hero and you're happy with what's happening now. But ultimately, yeah, there is clear concerns because you've abandoned your offlane against an anti-mage who is going to have a 11-12 minute battle fury at this rate.
A good punish of the support there, and hey, Inflame is finding a way to make some use of himself since the laning phase isn't working out so well. Fight for the rune spot, moving in with the Dragon Tail. Super eating a lot of hard slashes early already. It's stacking up. There's the overpower, and Super's gonna get punished for going towards the rune.
Nice change of
Not done. They're going to do it more. They get a hold of his flame with the X pullback torrent, and maybe just says, I'll come over and help you with that one too. Double kill for him. Maybe already 3-0 in this game.
Yeah, nice 2 points there. This is a spell that has a very low cooldown and doesn't cost damage. Actually, that's scaling pretty well in terms of damage and slow for such a short cooldown spell. And he's used it quite a bit in those few kills just now. It's quite instrumental.
He is off to a fantastic start as the anti-mage. The top kind of receiving a bit of heat in this top lane, hasn't found ult in the way of farm. Kunkka though, Arcane Boots, Victoria is having a phenomenal start given that he did get the first blood, the big kind of reason for that, but even since that, he's been in all 6 of these kills, 2, 1, and 4.
Yep.
For more, just throw a top, not actually followed up with any aggression. I think look at the series as a whole, we've kind of sung Afu's praises a lot, and it's definitely been a story where he's been a lot more effective in that full position role than Victoria has, but it's the first game I feel we're really seeing Victoria step up, not just match Afu, but more than him in the early game. On a hero that's harder to execute than the Earth Spirit, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, this mid lane's like maybe one of the only options this Earth Spirit could even make the gank on, but Victoria have been there over the shoulder for a lot of those times. So Afu's options are extremely limited. The guy is still level 1. You really just can't feel like you can get any sort of setup going, and he doesn't even have the stun to work with. He is doing his support thing though, and he's building up a mighty stack. If Bristle could eventually get over there to take it down, he could leech it and quickly find a burst of XP to get himself into a decent shape. But still, obviously this is probably one of the worst starts you could ask for as an Earth Spirit.
Fluxman had that really bad level 1 start, like picking up that first blood not only sets you back when you give that gold and experience to like the enemy full position, your life gets harder because that's the hero that's matching your movement. So it's not just dying, it's about who you die to. So Kunk has been able to outplay him from the start as a result.
Oh, jump and blink blocks the roll, but Flame will pep him up a bit. Heals through that top lane. It would look like we have 11 nearby working his way through the jungle.
There's that time going. Pretty happy. He knows mid bottom crushing. This stage, his team, he's probably just been like given the mention that hey, these lanes are going so well. Just don't die too much. Try and hold your tower. Just keep farming. They don't need the tide to rotate with Ravage. They are doing so incredibly well without the tide. This is actually like a scenario where this tide has so little pressure on him to actually achieve anything that he could just play the farming game.
Maybe I've been waiting in that bottom lane in case LFY members wanted to overstep their boundaries, but the opportunity's not going to be there. They will end up at least clearing out the tier 1, it would look like. LFY getting jumped here a bit. May's going to have to tag him up a bit. But, you know, if they want, does AM just kind of keep hanging in this bottom lane? Is it time for him to step off and go to the jungle? That lane could be swapped over to his support for now, I guess, if they wanted to get Silencer closer to that global.
Ideally, you farm both. I think the most efficient way to play the Anti-Mage is to farm the lane and then go farm that big camp right by your lane. Yao's trying to stack it, which won't work. It has been blocked, but yeah, ideally, you're at this point where you've got the regen from the Ring of Health, now Perseverance. You can farm, push out the lane, farm your jungle camp, and then just keep playing this efficient style to maximize farming and get to that Valkyrie as fast as possible.
Just got hit onto 11.
Go for this Ravage.
Yeah, he's moving forward like he wants to. Try to dodge getting hit by the Quill, but until the rotations come, no commitment will be made.
At the Inca, but just level 4, no good ship. Level 4 Silencer, they don't have their ultis. It was actually a good safe call not to go for it, as much as I think a lot of times they would have been like, oh, 2 heroes coming in, let's go for this. Like, would have been a bad decision.
Still LGD though. On this top lane right now as Monet is trucking on forward. Super is nearby already in the dragon form.
Feels like the key thing for LGD now is trying to get these support level 6s, get Global and Ghost Ship online. They'll have great initiation with the level 3 X plus Ghost Ship. And they'll have a great team fight with the Global Silence once he's level 6. And for LFY, it's similarly get Warlock level 6 and try and take some team fights, maybe off to some smoke gangs to utilize that tool.
50 seconds before the book is going to be up. Bottom lane Ame just gets a solo kill onto the Zeus, diving under the tower. We're going to go back top where 11 swinging it out right now. Dishing the Ravage as they find connection onto Super Monet. Could be the next victim. Afu rolls into action, gets hit pretty damn hard, but it does help them in getting some good return fire here. Victoria on the run. Afu needs 4 more seconds for a roll, but they're not going to go for it. A 2-for-2 trade, but it's 2 cores for an offlaner and a support.
Yeah, much better for LGD considering they got a mid and a no, they got a mid and a carry. Holy cow, that's fantastic for them. Both the kills they get are big ones, and just losing, yeah, support offlane a big deal. Tide Ravage use the entire time you've got Anti-Mage farming, Ursa farming,
and he had killed the Zeus. He's just like dum-de-doo, having the time of his life through the bottom half of this map. My team's winning. My team's getting kills. This is awesome. Back to the grind, LFY. You have to prepare. Bottom lane goes Super, and off who is a lone defender at the moment to this top tier 1. But looks like we do have a posse rolling in, and the 3 of them take down this watermelon monster. They're trying. They're swatting him. They're hitting him, but it looks like with Monet coming in, that should help quite a bit. Okay, there we go. They got it done.
Or even through the ulti. Team all Super.
Oh yeah, that was that'd be why. Over on the other side, there is a gank breaking out. We catch the very back end of that one. It is Super though going down, and man, for everything LFY are able to get for themselves, you know, LGD just gets something a bit better.
Yeah, the current theme of this game is Powers are falling, Anti-Mage is free farming versus Blink. It's going to spell all kinds of trouble and stuff.
Silencer and Kunkka, it's also like that has to be the worst 2 supports to go against the heroes. constantly sucks you in. You can't roll away. The silencer's cursing you for everything you want to do. In Flames going down, but here we go. LFY hitting him with the rock on this one, hoping that this could be the point to turn it back around, but Monet already eating a lot of damage. Super's coming in. Dishes out the dual breath, helps get the kill on Victoria. Monet is still fighting strong, and they will secure a double kill for the Bristleback.
Hurricane Curse is some damage, but we're not going to kill them all.
Uh-oh.
That's like never ending Arcane Curse.
Ame's coming. Ame's coming. Hi. He's like, yeah, I guess.
Wow. That Arcane Curse was going to last like 30 seconds or something absurd. What a, I mean, it's not like a crippling damage for him, but it was over time, even with his back turn, bringing him down.
I mean, of all the heroes in the game of DOTA, I would think Arcane Curse is like the best thing ever on Bristleback. He's constantly spamming out goo and quills. It's just gonna last forever. I mean, yeah, he'll eventually be able to build up an attribute system for it, but you know, still super annoying, especially at this point in the game.
Well, that gets Anti-Mage a 12.5-minute Battle Fury X. That's as fast as it gets.
Yeah, as the Chinese say, he's about ready to take flight. This is a great start. Picking up multiple kills as well, which you definitely don't want to be giving up to the Anti-Mage.
Take flight? I've heard that, just in China. Oh, is the Chinese saying, huh?
You know what I mean.
Fair. As they fly their way down this mid lane, they are going to be easily securing a tier 1, it would appear, but man,
bottom lane, Mage.
Yeah. Cat and mouse chase here. Got him. Pops him on down, Afu
Like,
rolls in.
Afu, you want to mess around too? He could just turn to fight Afu. Perhaps doesn't know where the other heroes are, but yeah, this is looking rough for LFY.
Yeah, this is definitely feeling like the most significant advantage for a start of the game of this series so far. Going for LGD.
Yeah, for LFY, like what this looks like if you're winning. Towers are still standing, you're able to push with the DK versus back.
And they found a stack, but they have been spotted.
You have maybe a Nimbus cloud kind of backing them up as well. Or the heroes inside of LGD could be quite a Nimbus reset, kind of 4-staff Ags build in front of one thing at a time. He's not anywhere near that phase right now.
Yeah, and it's not going to get any easier. They try to make an approach onto 11, but I don't think it's a whole lot. He just pops the Ravage. Super gets popped. They move on over for 11 right now, but it's not working out so well. DDC is just going to have to finally commit in the Rock and the Fatal Bonds in hopes that they can just scrap together anything that they can. But Afu goes down next. They hold on to some good Fatal Bonds damage, and it's going to get the finish onto maybe. The rest of LG. It looks like they will take their lead.
Not as bad. Kind of looked like it was maybe going to go. Yao will barely escape. Yeah, Anti-Mage. When you're fighting with your Treads Battle Fury, you're kind of far ahead. This is kind of normally it's like that Manta style where you kind of consider and start getting involved in the action, but it says, no, I'm already ready. And also we can start taking these ancients. He steals one ancient sack, he goes and steals another. Don't think there's damage to kill him here. In fact, I think he'd kill Afu, but he's worried about Zeus coming in. Lightning bolt and a...
One.
Oh, he's dead.
Nice.
Okay. Big kill, but still, there's an Anti-Mage with that kill, but it does something. Slows him down.
It's nice, but just can't feel like LY just had lost so much. Not just from the casualties of the fight itself, but you were mentioning the stacks that had been taken away, the mighty Bristleback stack, ransacked by LGD. Might have been getting a lot of that too. So not even a lot of funding for them to kind of fall back on at this point. DDC is going to have to work through making a new set of stacks at this point. What do we have coming together for some of the cores on LFY side? Inuyasha in the works for your Bristleback, Super. Now they ain't the queued up at the moment, but power grips, drums, we've seen the story before.
Sometimes we'll go with that BKB over the Blink if he feels it's an essential item for the game. This game fighting into like the Tide Ravage, the Global Silence, the... Okay, maybe more of a priority.
Alright, fine at the Roche pit here. Bovine moving right into action, finds focus on the Gao. Gao still 10 seconds before the globals need to be back up. And at least settle for the team. Instead, this is a great window for LFY while these big ultis still need some more time. Gao focus once again, 1 more second. Oh, he gets blasted down right at that second. LFY now sneak into this Roche pit and take it for themselves.
Possible. It seems a bit ambitious of LGD doing this without the anti-mage. It doesn't seem like they need this more specific fight, but Ravage is up, they still can't try and fight this one. Anti-mage just not TP though to help out.
Bomb back. His global's ready. LFY are very nervous now as 11's looking to walk into action. He does have that Ravage. And there it is. Finds good connection onto 4 targets at that point. But Monet is still shredding apart, and that's going to get the finish. Now it's Maybe running in, able to get the Apu takedown. They turn their focus onto Maybe and take him out as well. LFY will continue their adventure into this Roche pit while the AM is just farming his way through the bomb half of the map.
It feels kind of like a let's contest Roche just for the creating space for AM kind of moment, but at the same time kind of necessary. Whoa, Yao got the Roche last hit? Okay. Value Arcane Curse. Roshan was snatched, it says. So yeah, Radiant got the Roche last hit. That's some nice,
that's a
nice
freak,
gold stolen.
Little freak accident that happened to work out well. Nice job, Yao. Clutch. Age is still belonging to LFY on this one.
It's definitely, again, we kind of feels like a recurring theme where LFY just making the better moves, team fights, and playing more together and kind of out executing LGD. But this game, there's still this big anti-mage problem. No matter how well you execute, do you even have a solution for him? And for now, the answer still looks like no.
Next up is kind of that, what has been fabled almost as the AoE build up on your Ursa. Desolator is going to be on cue for Maybe. I've heard a lot of people say that, you know, you'll see Ursa for this, I guess, that they lack tower hitting capabilities, ways to do some extra sieging power.
Good. First, against some of these tankier heroes like Dragon Knight and Bristle, you want to maximize your damage output during global before you get hit by a Warlock Rock or a DK Stun. That's up there. It does feel like a game where Anti-Mage is going to be the one split pushing and hitting buildings. So I really feel like he needs it for the building hits.
Moves for Victoria here, setting it up from Apu. But he's able to kind of walk away from this one. That is the TP. Can he cancel it? No. He might be able to get that mech.
How to dodge a 4-man gank as a support.
I think maybe had something to say there, right? He kind of showed up and I think LFY were trying to change course, change targets, and got a bit confusing there. They will skip to tier 1.
Jack, the Bog is online, you know, they got an Aegis, they're got the Warlock, DK, Bristle back. This is it, you know, Game 5 decided they've gone full Bog and hoping that it's going to work out for them. They may have started poorly, but this is...
Yeah, this is baby Bog right here. This is baby bogging right now.
I don't know if it's going to be enough as the Manta style just came online there for the anti-mage. So we'll see. I mean, bottom, I think it's all hands on deck. It's time to get pushing and try to get this one to a key objective before the anti-mage is, you know, he's got what he needs now. Yeah. So this is going to be very rough.
Like, do you really want to go late game against those heroes? Can you go late game? Perhaps we'll see some kind of Zeus scaling with, like, the Ag's Lightning Bolt mini stun does make Zeus more of a control machine in some of these later fights, if you can get to that point. Dragon, I actually kind of like this. He's going to go for the Shadow Blade. This is kind of the item you normally opt for against the anti-mage, because you want to be able to just have that easier kind of, well, better scaling for one thing into the late game, and also easier initiation on him when he's trying to split push. So I like that Super does mix up his build based on the state of this game and the hero he is up against. Also Silver Edge against Tide. You want to start fighting this annoying Tide who's always in the front lines and just going to cracking off any kind of disable. Well, Silver Edge will prevent that.
Tower will go down. Right there as Monet continues to truck on forward through this lane. He still sports that Aegis here, and we'll see if LFY are going to be putting some more attention to what's going on in the offense. Because I would agree with you guys. LGD's late game lineup is pretty damn ridiculous here. It's slowly withering down 11 at this point. And he's just going to have to go to the TP.
Close. LGD were actually rotating up there with the entire team, but the problem was 11 was not going to be unable to fight, so even with the team moving up there, it's not going to be all too favorable.
They would love to have that Ravage. At some point, just, yeah, I know it's kind of a flavor pickup, but anti-mage ag, is that a possibility to this game? I mean, if you're going to get hit with a Shadowblade Dragon Tail, Thunderbolt, Stun, Crystal Boot?
I think he definitely wants to go either that or the Lincolns. There's some games where the axe is bad because it's not good against certain spells, but Dragon Tail is definitely good. Don't really see any return spells you don't want to return. Nasal Goo is like a very easy thing to break it, but that's same as the Lincolns. Yeah.
Here's LGD though, looking to go on the prowl. They have popped their smoke and they begin to head straight across here. Maybe the rendezvous with Ame right now, who's through this mid lane. We look to wide positioning, and they're currently making their own rotation.
Their Aegis are wore off, so they don't have that tool for an impending team fight.
Oh goodness, look at this. Bristle crosses right in front of LGD, and that's when they make their move in. They're going to get a hold of him, they're going to pull him back in. The Global comes out, the Ravage is to follow. Monet goes down, they could go for super next. DDC finds a hell of a rock drop with a Fatal Bond. The Magnetize is also there, but can they manage to burst through LGD on this one? It looks like they will get the takedown. Or maybe they're at the end. Ame, though, able to step in, just shred everything apart. A double kill for him. He heads back to the lane and will follow things up with a tier 2 takedown. But that leads in with just a wonderful situation. LGD just kind of taking it to LFY, reading out the timings of that Aegis. They happen to stumble right across from him. And then with the global silence, that kind of just secures their doom.
May only be 23 minutes, but he's good fight. He's good to go. Says hello as far as first team fight, big team fight involvement. 17 cases where no one's touching him on farm. They're going to buy back and make a hold of their racks here. Looks like the melee racks will not be claimed, and LGD will have to perhaps say goodbye to this silence. Oh, Tunka, sorry. Go for bigger fish.
Yeah, literally. As they try to get a hold of the Tidehunter here. 11 crosses the street though, trying to make it to the high ground, but this will just be a slow and painful death for him. I said slow. We'll slowly lick the bones till they break. Got him.
It's gonna take a while. That hunter has some very dense bones.
Ulti out, a little bit of extra mission here. LFY get the one target, but yeah, LGD got to be feeling pretty damn confident here on the back of those anti-mage coattails. Simply waiting things out as the global comes back online, and as the Ravage will come back. Roshan may respawn in about 30 seconds, so if it's a short timer, LGD can kind of just get to that. Try to move things forward into closing out this game and closing out this series, this tournament. All for LGD.
LGD versus LGD. Best of 5 grand final. Go the distance. Perhaps a Chinese Dota Classic would end on an anti-mage game. Ame has done what needs to be done. He's got a Skadi queued up as his next item. What I would normally anticipate or expect to see, but kind of at that point where it doesn't matter what you buy in anti-mage because you're just so far ahead. You just get tanky, scary. The Skadi slow is actually pretty nice and reduce some of the damage output and the kiting potential of some of these heroes. Is it almost already there too? Crazy thing.
Yeah, so in hand it looks like for AB now. Cooldowns got the good. Mag is up. Things going pretty good for LGD at this point. Just a matter of probably scouting out the Roche timer as it is, and wouldn't you know it is a shorter timer. It's only going to be about 30 more seconds before it is up and ready to go, and there's a DD rune just outside. Just sitting there waiting for someone to pick up and go in there and just take down that man.
Right, may just pick it up before anyone else can, though, at least. He does see it, but no, good. Crash.
I'm good.
Here go LGD. They're grouping near this mid lane. Ahmed has his Skadi. He is he's unkillable. There is almost zero chance of him dying in a fight. No lockdown, no damage out, no physical damage output. There is no way this anti-mage can be
Guys,
killed.
wait, one more second. They'll settle for the shrine.
Maybe they just got it out of the shrine. Or they just want to fight with this DD that
Yeah.
Quite likely.
They had this ward up here just outside the center lane, but looks like they'll recognize LFY the other direction, so they step back for Roche. They'll go in and get the Aegis here. Alright, LFY, are you going to go down like that? Fighting so hard. They started this best of 5 series down 0-2. They move on to win the next 2 games. You're going to go out like this?
Is under attack.
Got to get in there. Bring the fight. I don't know why I had to coach him there for that moment, but I just, you know, we were here for so long. You just want to see both these teams give it really their all.
Their coach, I believe, is Banana. 2 years old years. Coach.
TI or newbie, right? No. Oh God, they.
He actually coached LGD last year. Yeah, and he had to play as a stand-in because of these issues.
He's probably not going to be super happy because they are losing the reps in the mid lane, Jack. The tier 3 is already down. Here comes the upheaval. A good magnetize, a good spread of magical damage coming in with the Thunder Gods on top of it. This could pose a little bit of a problem for LGD right now, but then again, we still have the anti-mage factor. We're going to come in and take advantage of all that empty mana. Sees first Supergo makes it back inside, settles for Afu instead. He's not going to be able to make it. He's going to roll back in. Oh my God. Evaporates the Zeus. The flame is just torched. The double kills there. The buyback has to come out. It's only a DDC. And this will be the beginning of the end. Super goes down without a buyback. LGD go in for the Rex, and they have done it, gentlemen. They are going to be your grand final champions of MDL. Taking the title away from the
Is Dynasty Day.
Is it the year of LGD? China has crowned them the People's Champions.
That's the way the meme goes. They're unbeatable. The preordained People's Champions. MDL is a pretty good